Cats have always carried an aura of mystery that has fascinated humans for centuries, from the ancient Egyptians who revered them as guardians of the spiritual world to modern popular imagination. Stories of cats sensing invisible presences or reacting to events that no one else can explain circulate across cultures. But is there any scientific basis behind these stories, or is it all just myth? To understand better, we need to dive into feline behavior and the neuroscience that studies these animals. Cats possess extremely sharp senses, far more refined than those of humans. For example, a cat's hearing can detect sounds in a frequency range from 48 Hz up to an impressive 85 kHz, while humans can barely hear above 20 kHz. This means they perceive movements and vibrations that we can hardly imagine exist. Picture a door creaking slightly, the scurrying of mice on the roof, or even the flutter of a tiny insect in the garden. Any of these could catch a cat's attention, causing them to react as if they were staring at something invisible. This type of behavior, observed as a fixed stare into space or sudden head movements, is often interpreted by owners as cats seeing spirits or supernatural entities. Scientifically, however, it is far more likely that they are responding to sensory stimuli that humans simply cannot detect. Another fascinating aspect of cats is their incredible environmental sensitivity. They have extremely refined tactile perception through their whiskers called vibrissae, which detect tiny changes in air, currents, and vibrations. This means that when a cat assumes an alert posture and fixes its gaze on something seemingly invisible, it may be sensing a subtle shift in pressure or movement around it. Behavioral research shows that domestic cats often focus on empty spaces because their brains are wired to detect small anomalies in the environment, which could indicate prey or potential threats. So that feeling of something invisible is there may just be the cat responding with astonishing precision to stimuli that escape our perception entirely. Scientists and ethologists, experts in animal behavior, agree that these behaviors often have perfectly natural explanations, such as high-frequency sounds, light reflections, or even tiny insects that go unnoticed by our eyes and ears. However, the mystique of cats seeing spirits did not emerge by accident. Throughout history, many cultures have associated felines with invisible and supernatural forces. In the Middle Ages, for example, black cats were believed to be companions of witches and able to perceive evil spirits. In Japanese tradition, the cat known as Maneki Neko is seen as a spiritual guardian and protector against negative energies. But is there anything biological that could support these beliefs? Some studies suggest that feline sensitivity to sound frequencies, ultraviolet light, and electromagnetic vibrations could partially explain their supposed perception of spirits. Cats can notice subtle changes in lighting or reflections that go unnoticed by humans, reacting in ways that appear almost paranormal. Add to this their extraordinary visual and olfactory memory, which allows them to recognize specific environments and situations with great accuracy, and you have a scientific explanation for why they often behave as if interacting with something invisible. Still, science must be cautious. There is no concrete evidence that cats can see spirits, ghosts, or any type of supernatural entity. Studies in animal behavior and feline neuroscience indicate that these behaviors can be understood as adaptive reactions. A cat that notices something we ignore is more likely to survive, even indoors. This alert instinct, combined with natural curiosity, makes cats specialists in identifying subtle movements and environmental changes. They stare, hide, or approach nothing because every small detail could represent a threat or a hunting opportunity. To a human, this may seem supernatural. To a cat, it's simply their sensory routine operating at full capacity. Controlled experiments with cats in environments without external stimuli have shown that many of these behaviors persist, suggesting that they also respond to internal stimuli, such as sounds we have yet to detect or micro vibrations in the environment. Another intriguing aspect is feline communication with humans. Cats have the ability to perceive changes in people's behavior, including subtle shifts in mood, facial expression, and even body chemistry. Some owners report that their cats sense when someone is sad or about to become ill. While this doesn't mean they see spirits, it demonstrates cats' remarkable ability to detect signals invisible to us, a talent often interpreted as paranormal. Animal behavior researchers explain that feline empathy is strongly linked to the social evolution of these animals, even though they're considered more independent than dogs. A cat's sensitive perception is therefore a reflection of sharp biological evolution for survival, communication, and adaptation. In summary, the idea that cats can see spirits is wrapped in fascination and cultural history, but modern science points to more down-to-earth and extraordinarily detailed explanations. Acute hearing and vision, perception of vibrations and micro-movements, tactile sensitivity, and even empathy with humans. Every fixed stare or unexpected reaction is the result of a feline brain processing information that we simply cannot detect. So, when your cat seems to stare at something you cannot see, remember, it's just living life with hyper-developed senses, like a mini detective of the invisible, capable of noticing details completely beyond our limited perception. This feline mystery reminds us that even in ordinary environments, there are worlds of information beyond our reach, and cats are always one step ahead, observing and interpreting what we only imagine exists. If you truly want to understand the feline universe and unravel the mysteries of behaviors that seem supernatural, paying attention to every glance, movement, and reaction of your cat is essential. By observing carefully, you begin to notice patterns and stimuli that previously went unnoticed. This knowledge not only strengthens the human-feline bond, but also provides a window into the sensory complexity of these incredible animals. So before assuming your cat is interacting with spirits, consider the science, history, and biology behind its intense gaze. The feline world is without a doubt far more sophisticated, detailed, and remarkable than any supernatural mystery could suggest, and understanding this brings us closer to a more harmonious and fascinating life with our small sensory guardians.